Okay, when you go to uh, light speed, I think your inertia, approaches infinity, but your mass uh, is zero or close to zero, close enough that it doesn't really matter. So you become, at light speed, you're actually pure energy. You don't have any mass to the object at light speed. So being pure energy, when you come in contact with a repulsor shield that reflects pure energy, probably plasma or, other forms of radiation, you actually reflect off. So when you hyperspace at an object with repulsor shields or Star Wars shields up, you just turn into sort of like space light. Boom. So yeah, it would have been a cool effect maybe to blind the enemy. But there's a reason that the folks didn't do it before. Remember on Endor, they said, oh, the shield's still up. Well, I guess we can't, ram the thing. You know what I mean? Now, here's another one that I just thought of. And sorry, Aydan, I know. We'll get to you. Now, when she rams the fleet, that's sort of like a sort of taking over male power because she's the one ramming through them and into them. Now, what she could have done is use a symbol of female power, which I think a black hole would be cool. She could have hyperspaced the whole fleet on autopilot, maybe, right next to a black hole. And then the New Order follows her like, oh, we got them. They made they screwed up now. Or, half of them follow her and the rest of them go fight. You know what I mean? And so they show up and she's right next to a black hole, which is a symbol of female power. And half their fleet just gets sucked in, And it's like, yeah, take that, So those are, so that's that. Now let's get to Aydan. We'll just pick him up somewhere here in the middle. This is The Last Jedi Suck by Aydan Metsch. Hi, Aydan.
Really one-sided. They're just trying to make a point about two very specific things.
Look how upset he is.
It doesn't fit in a Star Wars movie. It really took me out of the movie, and I hated that. I really hated that. There were a lot of things.
Look what you did to this poor kid.
For example, you had Luke.
He's upset.
Was going to burn all the books.
I mean, he's not trying to be. This is probably his 10th take, trying not to cry.
And I was like,
from just
don't judge
insult.
This. You're such a prick, Aydan.
Or
it's
just
Star Wars. You love Star Wars.
He's lost his faith in humanity.
And they have the Yoda puppet, which is cool because there's not a lot of practical effects. The prequels did CGI Yoda.
Look, he's leaning on the practical effects as the only good thing. He's like, well, at least they had puppets.
Changed.
Oh, God.
And it's just, it contrasts completely between the CGI, and it just looks so
look what you've
fake and really
done to this poor child.
I can't complain about it because at least they went practical, which is enough.
You finally
My
did
complaint
it.
With it
you
why
did it. You.
The hell is Yoda there? Yoda is completely unnecessary. The entire scene is not necessary in the movie.
Oh, Yoda's here, and he's a complete asshole.
Strike the thing with fire and be like, yeah, the Jedi need to.
God, even the Chinese didn't like this movie.
This whole scene before that,
and they're the ones who they don't mind burning a book now and then.
There for literally one scene in the Millennium Falcon,
but sometimes they like to read them too.
He's like, oh,
since they wrote them,
you're going to change my mind. I want the Jedi to end, and then he plays a little video.
Sad. This is so depressing.
He plays a hologram.
Was it worth it with your penis movie? Was it worth it? Look what you've done.
I changed my mind. I'm going to go and.
Oh God, give this kid a hug.
All right, I'm going to go and help the Jedi, and then he's back to destroying the Jedi. It's confusing. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's confusing.
What's happening?
Yeah.
There's something that I really did like with it, though. I loved Rey was great. I really liked Rey. She's a great. Daisy Ridley's a great actress. She's fun in the movie. She's enjoyable in the movies, and I want to see where she can go with this.
Well, sure, she's a good actress. She's okay.
Baby boy.
Oh well, there's a, it's back and
he's good
forth.
at it. He's good.
Kylo,
Adam
he's
Driver
good.
is
Yeah,
great
it's all right.
as Kylo Ren, even though he's this little sniveling
Well, look at the script.
little boy. Same with Hux.
The script is what's
just
the
crying
problem.
for Snoke's attention. They don't make great antagonists,
They don't.
which is why they bring in Snoke.
They should hook up.
Andy Serkis is great. as
she's
Snoke.
all like,
Snoke is threatening,
and he's
Snoke
all
was the
like
emperor of
moody.
this
You know what I
trilogy.
mean? That's kind of hot.
and he really made the First Order seem scary. Because
It would
they
work the
didn't.
other way too
You
if he
had
was
Kylo
like the
Ren,
good guy,
who's this,
and she was all moody,
temperamental,
and then he was all like
teenager.
good guy
and then
shit.
Hux,
You know what I mean?
who's
That'd be hot.
as well, just a temperamental little teenager. It's not scary, but with Snoke,
I mean, that's kind of like
you said, all right, that's our anchor. That's what's terrifying. And then they kill him.
the opposite of the first three.
They kill him.
I'm sorry, Aydan. I'm
So
sorry.
now, what's the First Order? It's nothing. The First Order.
Right? There's
most
no bad
dangerous
guy
thing they
left.
have is two depressed, temperamental
Dude,
teenagers.
yeah, it's. Come
Against,
on.
10 people.
There's
now in
nothing
the
left to
Resistance. The
fight.
Resistance is dead.
The Resistance
there's
is
like
dead.
15
There's
people
12
left.
people left in the
I know they'll
Resistance,
come back.
and
They
5
don't
ships
even
left in the New Order. Star Wars.
But I love the connection
Wars?
between Kylo
Like
Ren
Star
and Rey. It was
skirmishes.
cool. It was I was confused at the beginning.
Star
They made it
Wars
work. It was
light.
interesting. I love the scenes of them together. I
Right.
think that they act great together. They have good chemistry.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see them.
He's grasping at
perfect
straws.
person,
He is.
Kylo
He's
Ren,
like, oh well, this was
who
good
Rey
and that was
hated,
good.
and they kind of
Hated.
bonded.
See,
And it was interesting.
Hated.
I loved the part
love,
where
hate.
they both
Mostly
took out
hate.
their lightsabers and were just beating people.
Just
beating
look
up
at
the
his
guards. It
face.
was awesome.
I gotta move
I
on.
love that.
Look at his face.
And the ending of the movie where they were just shooting down ships. Laura Dern was there, and she was in the ship, and she
God, yeah, really
sacrificed
fucked
herself
this
to
movie
pilot,
up.
But she didn't need to pilot anything. She could have just left. But then after
See, this is where the Laura Dern thing comes in. She could have taken them to a black hole, which would have been a symbol of female power.
Laura Dern, and she's
Would have
like,
worked
okay,
really
I guess I'll do
well.
something now. And then she
Make
kills
Leia
herself
do it
by
though.
flying into a bunch of ships, and it's like, why would you?
You
do
really
that
screwed
now?
yourselves with Leia,
You
ya
had so much
morons.
time, and you
Did you
wasted
check
someone
her
else.
medical records?
Carrie
Did you
Fisher's
think of that?
great as Princess
You didn't
Leia.
care. You're like, oh yeah, she'll be all right.
Princess Leia was
We
great.
don't care.
She was interesting. What was the part where she died? I was like, oh my god, they killed her. And then she was like, no, I got the Force. And then she kind of
No, we're not doing that
zoomed
discussion.
away.
Goodbye.
What is happening?